Okay. Okay. Um, just thinking we need some more crowd control guidelines again soon. Then that clip played. So sure we really do we? Now, where did I have Oh, it works. Yay. All right. Hey Bob, welcome on in. We just finished building, so we're going to be starting Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, and we're going to continue where we left off. You mad? Oh, right, we're in the hotel. Oh god, I kind of wish I hadn't left it so long between plays. Right. I caught a bit of that before you had to restart your PC. Awesome. Well, I hope the restart helped. The
I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
right. What are we trying to do here again? Gave that Taylor Todrick finally admitted. Right, we have a whole notebook. Let's do a little bit of a recap from this guy's perspective. Paris, vacation. I long over vacation in Paris. This is the life, sitting in cafes, drinking coffee, enjoying sunshine, ladies. Whoa, that cafe just exploded. Exploded! A clown left a bomb in an accordion, killed a guy, and nearly killed me. I will bring that clown to justice once I get some hearing back in my ears. Your mouse interaction was able to interact with the game I had just closed and wouldn't. So you reset it. Yeah, seems reasonable. Ah, right. Thank you, Greenie. Go retro, but you know, Shadow of the. Hey, Greenie. Okay. Please don't think I had anything to do with the explosion, which is a relief. But who is responsible? Who was responsible? Met a very cute photojournalist called Nico Collard. She works for La Liberté, some kind of newspaper. She knew something about whoever planted the bomb, but hey. But she did give me her number. Met an old guy in the courtyard near the cafe. He saw a man running away after the bomb blast wearing a jacket made of the same material I found in the sewers. Kind of feel like he left a thing or two out of his nose, like the whole sewer. Gave the jacket away straight away, but I've got the phone number of the tailor who made it, so I might have a lead. Paris, clown chasing, as one does. Visited Nico in her apartment. Out her editor spiked the story. Seems some important guys are being assassinated by clown penguins while the police are keeping quiet about the murders. Quite the vacation I expected. Inside the clown's nose, I found the name of the job pro who was hired. Great lead. Phrasing, man. Inside the clown's nose? Really? Nico's sharp. When I showed her the material down to the courtyard, she gave me a photograph she took. It shows a man emerging from the courtyard wearing trousers made of the same material, and there's a scar on his shape of a crescent. The guy in Nico's photograph, he bought grease paint from the costume shop and rented two costumes, Seamus the Pixie and Bozo the... Apparently, he called himself Khan. I'm on his trail. Gave that Taylor Todrick another call. Finally admitted to know and confirmed that the guy who bought the suit was... Apparently, he's staying at Hotel Ubu. Getting close. Hotel Ubu is where we are currently located. Met the most fantastic and insane English woman, Lady Piermont. You might recognize that name because Lady Piermont was in Beneath a Steel Sky and Beyond a Steel Sky. He recognized the photo of Khan, but he said he called Merlin, lying to her, with her affections. Brave man. She's after revenge. And that's where we're at with this guy. I don't remember what his name is. I'm sure when we get to Nico's part of the game again, her journal will fill us in on what his... So we were trying to get into one of the rooms here.
The sign on the door read 21. The sign on the door read 22. The sign on the door read 22. The door was locked.
Okay. Pretty sure 22 is the one we need to get into.
The door was locked.
So we need a key. Now, I know where there's a key because it's right here.
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
But this guy won't let us have it.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it. It was the register of guests staying at the hotel.
What now, monsieur?
I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room 22.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
What do you make of this tissue?
You have shown me that already, monsieur.
Okay, then.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, you did, monsieur.
Would it make a difference if I told you the guy in the photo was a murderer?
We are accustomed to catering for celebrities, monsieur. Movie stars, politicians, royalty, sporting personalities, they all stay here.
Is this Merlin room 22?
I couldn't say. It's a bad likeness.
This photo was taken by one of Europe's most promising photojournalists.
Vraiment? What does he use? A pinhole camera?
Why can't we just buy the room out? Because it's not available. It's already taken. And also because we're not made of money. We're just on vacation.
Hey, shake my hand.
I have already explained why I would rather not.
What do you make of this tool?
Stunning, monsieur. I bet you handle it like a professional.
Okay. Well, have to try talking to this guy. Maybe talk to Mrs. Piermont again.
Hello again. Have you any idea what this tool might be used for?
I cannot guess.
Would it mean anything if I told you it was for lifting drain covers?
Such technology fills me with wonder.
This is a photo of Khan, right?
That is just one of the names by which he is known.
You don't care for clowns, do you?
They belong in the circus, like fleas and bearded women.
Does this goo-smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Attention, incoming raid. Please report to hospitality stations in a calm and orderly fashion. El Talera Jaduri and other librarians will aid as need be. Please be ready to disperse library cards.
Cleric, holy crap, thank you so much for coming in with your folks. Welcome on in. Can we get a shout out for Game Cleric, please? How was your stream tonight? What were you up to? It's so good to see you and your fine folks. Let me...
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
For just a moment. And I need to kill the audio. There we go. Folks, what the... Oh, thank you very much, Greenie. I appreciate that. Oh, Final Fantasy XIV Online. How was that treating you this evening? How was that going? If you've never been here before, folks, my name is Gordon McLeod. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I play a wide variety of mostly single-player, story-driven games, excellent character and narrative development, as well as some strategy games, sandboxing games, retro RPGs, and classic adventure games, such as the one we're playing tonight, Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. I do have a little bit of a video to welcome you in properly. Welcome on in, folks. Let's get the stream started, shall we? Whoa! Oh, crap. Oh, no. Runaway helicopter. Oh, damn it. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, shoot. 16:9 form factor. Aspect ratio. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, crap. Whoa.
Yes, whoa.
Okay, that... Let's go for it. Oh. Damn, I can do. Whoa! Hey! I have not looted that, sir. May still be coming, actually. I didn't. Ah, oh my. Wow. There you go. That's a little bit of a preview of what you can expect around here. It was great. Went almost 9 hours playing the end of an expansion of Final Fantasy XIV. Absolutely love it. Gave me tears like it normally does. Love sharing it with your community. That's amazing, Cleric. That sounds really, really awesome. I need to get back into playing more of the Final Fantasy games. I had been doing earlier this year. I did a partial playthrough of the Pixel remasters of the first 6 games that came out. I finished 1 through 4. I still need to start Final Fantasy V and get through that one. That one looks good. The music out there, and sound effects were there, so because of 14, I have the rest of them on my playlist. They're so good. They're really, really, really good. I really enjoy all the ones that I've played so far. So tonight we are playing a retro adventure game called Broken Sword Shadow with the Templars. It's a game from 1996, though the graphics in this are a little more up-to-date than that. They've remastered the game and made it look a bit nicer. Earlier in the stream, we only just started playing this, actually, because earlier in the stream, we were working on this sucker. Lego build of the Mandalorian's Razor Crest starship from the first season of the show. Built this over the last, I guess, the better part of a week. And finally finished. It looks incredible. I love it. It was really, really fun to build. Actually have this game on my wish list as well. I love point-and-click adventure games. Then I can thoroughly recommend this one so far. This is the second stream that I've done of this particular game. So we're a little into it at this point. And, oops, oh, wait, back, there we go. And, just realized I don't have this quite set up right, but fine. You know what, let's just keep it as is. Okay, fine. Might fix it over my next break, but I'm not going to worry about it for purposes of streaming. But yeah, this is by the same developer, the same studio that made another couple of adventure games that I played through recently. One was another point-and-click adventure game called Beneath a Steel Sky, which was really, really good. And then just a couple of years ago, they released a sequel to that one. So it's not really point-and-click so much, it's a 3D game. But it was really, really good, and it continues the story like about 10 years after the original game. And it's called Beyond a Steel Sky, and I highly recommend both of them. They were really great. But having played through those, and then playing this one, I can kind of compare the style to the way they did Beneath a Steel Sky, which was the first one, and see how they've really ramped up their storytelling and presentation in this game compared to that one. So it's really fun to go through and compare them like that. I've never played any of these before, so apparently Broken Sword is a pretty beloved series. It's very well known, and I've never experienced any of them. Actually have this game on my wish list as well, yeah.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
Wow.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Can you think of any use for this tool, ma'am?
I can think of someone I'd like to use it on.
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, darling.
Did I show you this false nose?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady.
Okay, fine.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Okay, so that's one problem solved. I apologize if this is spoilery for you in any way.
I say! You there? Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Can I take the key? Oh, I probably have to wait till he goes in the other room.
Over to you, my dear.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, I guess if we're trying to eavesdrop on room 22, is it this room then that we want to get into?
The door was locked. Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Okay. Excellent. So now we have to examine everything.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe. There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Okay, so we can't do anything with the TV or the lamp or the sofa. Nothing there.
A cabinet stood beside the bed. The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Weird. Kinda gross. Oh my god. Okay, we're doing this, are we? Well, we're gonna have to wait a little bit to do this, I think. I'm gonna have to kill the audio again. We have ads starting in roughly 30 seconds. So actually a little bit after that, that's when it gives me the warning. I'm gonna take a real quick break, and if you guys will bear with me, this is a real good time if you happen to want to get up and grab some food or drink or a snack or something like that, and I'll meet you back here in just a few. Ow! How did you not see me?
You leave her alone.
Not that the game would ever throw anything really terrible at us.
Look over there. A new wolf dragon. Bastard!
Ah! Giant Chaurus spider? What the hell? That's so disgusting. Ooh. I hate it. Ah! Oh god. Oh boy. How am I not dead?
Uh-oh. Oh, that is...
No! Watch my back!
Gotcha! Now, I'm gonna put a bit of a rush on this, which means we might not actually get to... out. Wow. That's okay. That is a rite of passage every Valheim player must go through.
He dodged, you son of a... Wow. It's a little harder than the first game. There we go. That was so much better.
Know how to get out of here.
How do you like the new shell?
It's sleek. Can't wait to use the welder.
Speaking
You be
of...
careful with that thing. If I want you to use it, I'll tell you.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Oh my god.
And cut that out!
Wow. Tabletops have the best return for me so far. For me, I think it's gotta be RimWorld. Oh my... Yep, that is totally a thing that works in real life, by the way. That's definitely a thing you can do without getting yourself murdered underneath a vehicle. Oh. Okay, well. Whoa! Oops. That was maybe not my best move. The 16:9 form factor aspect ratio. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. I forgot that melons are not a summer or not a spring crop. Which means I can't get any more unless I can recover some. Let's see. Okay, back. Hey. All this just to get into a room.
The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying. The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits. It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but, as I'd half expected, it was empty.
And then...
The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door. The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Almost
The
like
closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
he's like experienced or something.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture. The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
Really, George? Come on.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
You. Got two things, though. Do not open the other door. Why give me two interaction spots? Okay, there's gotta be something. We went to all this trouble to get into this room. They're not gonna give us absolutely no.
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Okay.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
Might he have forgotten something in a pocket? Really, D-Dark, this is my first time playing. I have to say I am really loving it. It's really good. I played a lot of point-and-click and text parser adventures back in the day, but this was not one of the ones that I got around to.
There was no bulge in the pocket. I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The pocket was empty. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch. I wondered if the guy was colorblind. There was nothing in the pocket. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch.
Discworld. No, I never played Discworld either. I might have to add that to my list of games to go through, because I do love the Discworld books. I'm actually reading a book. I have a pile of them in audio form and in ebook. And I've read a few of them before in, actual paper.
There was nothing in the pocket. I flipped the pants over. It looked like there could be something in this pocket. I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. The thread with a metal tag on the end. I tried not to think that the assassin's butt had just been in here. I found nothing in the pocket. I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
Okay.
I turned the pants over again.
Secret pocket, huh?
I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Okay. I'm going to assume that's all we need. Get out of here. Actually, before we get out of here... No, cancel. Abort. No. Fine. We'll investigate more carefully in the safety of our own golden room.
It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut.
Club Alamut, huh? Okay, I guess that's another lead we can go check out. Now, I wonder if I have to give this key back. I never finished talking to this guy.
Hello again. Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't. Do you recognize this key?
No, I do not.
Hey. Well,
thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
So how old is the Discworld game? Because I've played some of the ones that Douglas Adams had to do
George, what can I do for you now?
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
Desk notes. Thank you very much, Miss Piermont.
What now, monsieur?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. Call Nico. Let me. Okay, never mind. Alright, I guess it's time to get out of here. Let's see if we can find out some info on this club. Alamut.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I ought to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Technically true, sketchy, but it's a lot better than murder. Back here before. Although it kind of looks like the alley that we were above when we were climbing up on the... Here, maybe.
Get lost, creep.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't? What if I call the cops?
First, I break your arms at the elbows and wrists. Then, when you recover consciousness, I break your fingers.
There's just one flaw in your plans, Ape-Man.
What's that?
It's broad daylight. I don't think even you would assault me on a busy street. Of course, this tranquil square at the end of a cul-de-sac. This isolated corner of Paris that hasn't seen a street sweeper's brush since VE Day. This would be just about perfect for a mugging. Pardon me, I'm about to get very lost.
All right. I would love to leave the area, though. Thing. Back to you.
Hey, Shorty! I didn't think much of your trick, little man. I don't know what you're looking for, but you picked on the wrong guy. Maybe you'll spread the word around the sewers. George Stobart is on the case. That's Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's. It sounded impressive to me, but the weasel didn't seem to share my enthusiasm. Still, I figured he'd think twice before gunning me down in the street in cold blood.
I do not like your tone.
Oh, yeah? And what are you going to do about it?
If you do not go away, I will gun you down in cold blood, right here in the street, without thinking twice about it.
Okay, then. Still a crime, though, and he should be punished. He's gonna have to live with the shame and guilt of what he's done for the rest of his life. That was so close. Just as I was searching Khan's hotel room, he came in. I hid in the wardrobe. My heart was thumping so hard, I am amazed he... Left his trousers on the bed. I found a matchbook with the name Club Element, a fake ID card. I can't seem to leave the area.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
This is the key to room 21.
That's next to the room taken by that rotten Merlin, isn't it?
Yes, and it's vacant.
Really? How convenient.
Maybe it was my imagination, but I had an uncomfortable feeling about this situation. Yeah. That gangster I told you about? He went through my pockets just now.
Good heavens! One never knows what to expect in foreign parts. Thank you for the warning, young man. I shall hide my credit cards in my underwear.
I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
Why we can't leave yet? Okay. Should have known.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
Wow.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
Oh my god, I love this
I don't
game.
know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Alright, so it's updated the journal. Lady Piermont is fantastic. Agreed. If I were a couple hundred years older. After helping me get the room key, she then worked her magic to get me Khan's stash out of the hotel safe. It turned out to be an ancient manuscript. So that was what Plantard was killed for. But why?
It was the ancient manuscript which Khan had stolen from Plantard.
Maybe now we can get out of here. Oh, maybe we should talk to this fellow again.
Hello again. Have you ever seen this old manuscript before? You know what it is, don't you?
You are in great danger. Put the manuscript back and leave here.
What's going on?
I can say no more.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
No worries, Dark. No worries. No, I never did play Discworld, although I do like the books and I'm reading a whole bunch of them.
I couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
It's stashed in an empty room that I'm holding the key to.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Highly recommend pick one up. Do you know if it's available on any of the platforms like Steam or GOG or anything?
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Problem, Dark. I appreciate it. Okay, I really thought we were going to be stashing it in the room here. Very weird. Maybe we can put it in the safe of our own.
What now, monsieur?
I've just been manhandled by a gorilla.
Yes? I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla. It happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
I want to know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is hardly my responsibility.
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
No one else has complained, monsieur. Did they steal anything from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either. Do you want this manuscript back?
After all the fuss it caused? No, you keep it.
Stash it somewhere?
Do you recognize this key?
That is the property of the Hotel Ubu.
Correct.
May I ask how it found its way from the little hook to your pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The hotel is regularly serviced by an exorcist. If we had a ghost, Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
I suppose you want the key back.
Not spécialement. The room is vacant. Since you are so determined to conduct your little investigation, I won't stop you.
That's very kind of him.
Did I show you this pass?
Oui, monsieur.
And then... Well, where can I hide this?
Hello again. Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
I didn't,
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
This is what Merlin was so keen to hide.
Really? Well, that fuss for a sample of wallpaper.
It's some kind of manuscript, and it looks to be very old.
If I was you, I'd keep it well out of sight until you're clear of this place.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I could roll it up and put it down my pants.
No, that wouldn't do at all. You'd attract far too much attention.
Okay, then. Well...
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, darling.
What else can we do?
Maybe not. 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 Maybe not.
I know it, Sarah.
It was the ancient manuscript which Khan had stolen from Plantar.
You gotta try everything, though. I'd always be especially tricksy and try hiding it somewhere in Khan's own room where you never think to, then we wouldn't actually technically be guilty of stealing it. He already suggested that. That just won't do, apparently. There. There. There either. Okay. Kind of a...
But I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
I was thinking, it's a shame we missed the first part of the dialogue, but we can get back there after they search us, so we'll pick it up.
Hold it right there. Search him again, Flap.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
See you guys. Suckers.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nika's apartment and check it out.
Aha.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, Josh.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Okay.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-boot.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh yeah, maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Okay, yeah, I apologize, folks. I didn't realize that ads were going to start up until we were already deep into that cutscene, so... apologies. I can't do much about that one, I'm afraid. I'll just have to keep a better eye on it. I do appreciate the heads up, Bob. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a little late. We were almost done with the ads by that point, but I do appreciate the attempt. Okay, so let me see.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Wow.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while Grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, "I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do."
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Okay, that was kind of an awesome story.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
What's that?
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
Fair.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either. A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the address.
Okay, so...
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
spin over. It's basically center and quadrants. Oh, I think I actually
Look
have
there,
to.
2 guys on the same horse.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teeth. There's a guy between. But the.
Okay, good. You have to go through them every time you do it. That's.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinor at the Krun Museum.
It turned out to be an ancient manuscript, so that was what Plantard was killed for, but why? Showed Nika the manuscript. I think she was impressed. How could she not be? She knew right away that it was something to do with the Knights Templar, a hugely powerful medieval order with too few horses to go around or something. But they had hidden treasure. See, if they hadn't hidden the treasure, they might have been able to afford more horses. I take it. Let's see.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited. As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No, no.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobinot?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobinot does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
Wow, rude. Very rude. Of course you could, sir. Go and pursue your dream. There's a site called Play Classic Games. It has all old MS-DOS games, NES, Atari, etc. It's not on Steam, unfortunately. Well, I mean, remastering and updating and bringing out classic games is a thing, and Terry Pratchett is very, very popular. So I'm sure we'll eventually see a problem at some point.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobinot.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John D.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not. Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
I love showing off the issue to people.
What does this tool mean to you?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers. Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
Thanks for your help.
Okay. What else is there?
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
It does look a little odd.
Watch out! You will have that done on top of us! Watch out! You will have that done on top of us!
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Okay, I don't seem to be able to make it actually fall down. I was gathered pace. Paris, Museum. The tripod manuscript is right here in Paris. According to the plaque, it was discovered in Lockmart, Ireland.
It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet?
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
At least I'm on the same page.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it felt to be a mummy. A metal rod attached to the wall was connected to the window.
Okay, so what did that do us then? Can't go around and try climbing in and imagine what good that would do either.
Watch out! You will have that done on top of us! Watch out! You will have that done on top of us!
Okay, quite a ways away, actually.
Watch out!
Really?
You would have that done on top of us!
Ugh. Okay. Maybe we should go investigate some other areas. Haven't we visited? That's the cafe. Is Rutari. Police station. Can't go here.
Hi. I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Did you speak to Lobineau?
No, he wasn't there.
Report in.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, God. Damn it.
There's a guy with his
Look.
There's...
Okay.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Loch Marn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Wow.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Pegram's gem is important, why don't you visit Loch Marn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
Odd.
Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The 2nd week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
It allows you to play games via your browser or download. Lots of abandonware and old DOS point games. Yeah, that kind of stuff is kind of important for game preservation. A lot of stuff that's unfortunately been lost. It's kind of a gray area. Take a look around and see if I can find a more legitimate way to do it. But it's good to know that at least it's out there somewhere.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay, so where... Airport. You out?
I passed the castle on the way into Loch Marn. The castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
I copy on disc for around $100. I'm not that desperate to play it. It's the kind of thing that I think I'll be content to wait until it gets a proper re-release or remaster or something.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk. The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip.
PS1 copy? I could technically actually play that. My PlayStation 2 and 3 would both run it.
The young red-haired guy was plainly nervous about something.
Although I don't think I'd be able to stream it because I don't think my capture card would.
The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture. There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, "Nobody home." The white whiskers on the bartender's flushed face were like garlands on a Christmas tree. The resemblance ended there. The top of his head was too slick and shiny to act as a perch for a Christmas angel. It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Obviously, we need that for reasons.
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling. Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
It's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
Wow. You see on eBay? Well, I think I'll just wait.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No. You're the first today.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism?
Doyle. Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Oh, you remember this? Stuck not long after this for ages. Like, so really stuck. Interesting. See how I do.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
Well, what's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can. On one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner. With the hygiene problem.
Okay, then.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. Here's something which might interest you.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Look, I gotta be going. The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture. I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair. Nobody ever said anything about runny noses.
Obviously, we have to speak to him.
Hi there, old-timer.
What?
Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. but I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
Okay, fair enough. Half-minute warning, folks.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle is haunted.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochbarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
Rabbits and skunks don't typically have wings. I mean, not to cast aspersions on Historia. It seems a little sketchy.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
I think we're done with him.
I'll see you later.
That's a... Alright guys, this is a real good time to take a quick break. So I'm going to take a little bit of a longer break this time. Not too much longer. But I do need to eat something. So I will be back in a few minutes. Usually 5 to 8 minutes or so if I'm getting food. But I wouldn't expect it to be that long this time. So if you need to get up yourselves and grab some food or drink or something, time to do it. And then we'll meet back here and see if we can't find the truth of the castle of... the ghost of the castle of Lochmar. So I'll see you back here in just a
Just like the generator outside! Only huge!
What are you doing? Mom, stop! Mom, alright? You gotta get out of there, man. Can you move?
Yeah.
Go down that hallway, now!
I feel real bad right now. Like it's tearing me. I can't. I feel
just a little.
I can't hold the energy.
Mom, talk to me, kid. You alright?
I feel like I just got dropped out of a plane. But at least the reactor's disabled.
Wow.
That's it? That's your best? Damn you.
Did Serana just raise my corpse?
Try that.
Rude.
Ah. Aloy, was it?
Yes. The one who cleared the valley for you? That Aloy.
We appreciate your service. At least we are ready for the embassy to begin.
Didn't you just give the signal?
Both sides must signal readiness. Until the Tanakh sound their horn, we wait. Yea, for as the first shall be...
Shut up.
I played This War of Mine back in 2014. It's one of the earliest games I ever played on stream. I call it Depression, the game. I don't play it anymore. They call them silent machete kills, but they definitely don't seem all that silent to me. It feels too much like this is finished. It's not at all finished. I've still got so much more to do. But it's coming along so nicely. I really like what is happening with this place.
At first, you'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Helping the chef is the greatest of causes. It's true. It's true. They are just absolutely shredding everything that I don't get myself. This is working for me. Oh my god. Now would be a real good time to prove me right, guys. Wow. I love the really close-up view.
I can't believe we're finally doing this. Oh, look at that. USS Vesta, first underclass. She's got subsystem targeting, a crew of 750, auxiliary phaser cannons, and even a quantum field focus controller. I can't wait to captain one someday. But here's our ship. Miranda class, 200 crew, 2 forward weapon mounts, 1 aft, average speed, warp 5 point nothing. She's a tough little ship, though. I think I like her.
I just want to go home and read.
I know the feeling.
G'day, Duncan! And in the other corner, a relative newcomer to the Tarish dueling scene, emerging from the shadows with no history, no past, and no name, the mysterious stranger!
That was not a sniper shot.
Do better than that to impress us, stranger.
Hey, can you guys hang on there for just half a second? I have to scan this thing. You don't mind, right? No, it's not gonna let me. That's annoying. Priorities, game. Priorities. Ah. That was completely an accident. Whoops. You have traveled a long way only to die by carelessly stepping to your death. What a clod. Wow. You don't get a much closer view than this. Okay. Have a good night, Bob. Right. Thank you, Sketchy. This fella.
The young red-haired guy was plainly nervous about something. My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There is nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Okay, so I guess we're probably going to need to get him to pass out so we can feel something.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
Oh, is that avoiding reaction?
What did this red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scraps.
Okay.
Ever seen this towel before?
Doesn't it belong on the bar?
Very observant, Fitzgerald.
Well, yes, but he's on guard and doesn't want to drink.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Check out this pass.
Thomas Merlin? No, never heard of him.
Besides, I don't have a drink to give him.
See you later.
See if we can buy one.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
Yeah, see, he just automatically drinks it. I can't give it to anyone else.
Look, I gotta be going. There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, nobody home. Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavored condoms, more likely.
Wow.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Okay, this game has elevated itself even higher in my esteem because it involves archaeology, and you guys know I love archaeology in my games.
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who, Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick. Same again.
Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of ground coming up.
Alright, let's see.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He just joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
That's right. Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No, boss.
They're not really reactive to it in Ireland the way they were in Paris.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
Okay.
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
I love that he said he's from Miskatonic University. Now we've got Cthulhu references popping up. It's great.
What does this false nose mean to you?
No, you're a clown.
Oh boy.
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards of the Vatican itself.
Bye for now.
Alright, how about his friend here?
Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Having some trouble with the transporter. I was wondering if I could get some assistance.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do. What you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
Hey, Jarek, how's it going?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I most certainly have. A remarkable institution. Did you know? They were the originators of our system of credit. Their financial empire stretched from the Atlantic to the Caspian Sea. With bases in so many countries, they had to establish new methods of fiscal transfer.
So, the Knights Templar were nothing but a bunch of bankers.
I don't get it. Are you saying these Templar guys invented bank charges?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose they did.
What a dirty trick. Didn't anyone try to stop them?
Oh, yes. They were arrested, and many were burnt at the stake.
Good. They bloody well deserved it if they were anything like my bank manager.
Oh my god, I love this game. This is so good. Right now playing Civ 6. Oh, very nice, Jarek. They released the second group of new leaders, didn't they? What was it? The Great Commanders, I believe, was the second one.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine site now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up by an Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Professor Pegram, the same man who dug up the gem.
Gem, you say?
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that, but he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
How can I get into the castle?
Well, those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
Why has Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
Okay. Oh, finally, we get to ask about this gem that he's now mentioned twice. I absolutely love this. This game has kind of taken a bit of a turn, and I am so happy with it. I love that we're getting into archaeology. I love that the castle is haunted, or at least that it's reputed to be haunted. I love that we're learning all sorts of interesting stuff about the Knights Templars, like their connection to the origins of banking systems, which is actually true. And it's just, this is amazing. I love it so much. If I can't play with them, I'm missing a few little DLCs to qualify for the free leader pass. I'm sorry, Derek. You should try picking up those DLCs and see if you get the leader stuff added to your account.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticated. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Wow.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope. I've never seen him before.
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
What do you make of this tissue?
I guess that muck on it is grease paint.
Oh. Very perceptive, sir. Try and impress us again.
Does this towel mean anything to you?
Sure. It's one of Leary's towels. Are you planning on stealing it?
Just borrowing it, if you must know.
An extended borrowing that really is kind of more of an optional keeping. And by optional, I mean quite likely.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
Okay, very, very interesting. I like this guy.
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
Alright, this guy, he knows his stuff. He successfully identified the tool, he identified the grease paint, and he couldn't identify the matchbook, but he gave us more information about it than anybody else. So, good job, good character.
Goodbye for now.
Hey, where did guy go? What? Oh, what?
He wasn't listening.
Is he even there? Maybe he's the ghost.
He wasn't listening.
Can't help but notice that we only have the option to talk to him. We don't have the option to inspect him at all.
Mr. Fitzgerald? Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he? So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquez.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam? So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Peagram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem. Hey! I just seen a big red...
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy maker.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Okay, I think that's our cue to go check out what's going on.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I, and I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass, but the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and ate him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Okay, so according to the story, there's something over here.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk. I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside. I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside. The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch.
Switch in an adventure game. We have no choice.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
What nonsense is this? It snapped off and it's not in our inventory. Excuse me, game. That's against all the rules of adventure gaming.
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Challenge accepted. Okay. Have a look around and see what's going on.
The farmer's craggy face was set in a mask of aesthetic appreciation. His feet were set in a pair of manure-caked boots.
Hi, do you speak English? Well, no. What if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
But I love the writing in this game.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh, no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Wow, what a reaction.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle. His own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
This guy...
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Of course, I will do that after I myself...
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay. On the back of the cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall.
And providing us with a way in.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
I get the reference, sort of, but I don't know how a slice of Alice's Wonderland is going to help us with the castle wall. Ah, thank you, Sketchy. I will cut to some... Have a good night, Greenie. F6 to release grip on rope. Whoops. You release your grip on the rope. This has a negative effect on your resistance to the urging of gravity. Oh, crap. Oh. I thought for a moment I was going right into the water. Wait. Wasn't I just using Obi-Wan?
Do it.
I can't quite squeeze past this cannon.
Oh, interesting.
Well, they've messed with the wrong skull this time.
Can I call you Bob?
You may call me Murray. I am a powerful demonic force. I am the harbinger of your doom, and the forces of darkness will applaud me as I stride through the gates of hell, carrying your head on a pike.
Stride?
Ah! What are you looking so smugly self-satisfied for? You just failed.
Oxygen.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm dead. First death.
How am I only now realizing that I can have 3? Okay. Got that, folks. Okay, so we can't quite get there after all.
The gates were made of solid, age-blackened wood. Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out.
Gonna try one time, and we're gonna see if the old curious tool can climb the wall.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Uh-huh.
I tugged at the lifting key and found it was held quite securely.
Aha! He literally got chilled. Yes, he did.
It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
This would be the ghost. He wings them.
It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
Ah.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Oh, that looks interesting.
Behind the altar was a carved panel, decorated with animals, birds, and plants. There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately.
That looks very much like the pattern, doesn't it?
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand. The statue lay face up in the soft sand. As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand. The 5 fingers on the back of the statue had left their impressions in the fine sand.
A little familiar, doesn't it?
I placed my fingers in the 5 impressions left by the fallen stone. It was weird. They fit perfectly. I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
No preference. I love both of them.
I tried in vain to move the panel.
I'm gonna have to get this. Got it.
The sack contained a fine white powder. As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Oh. We don't need to lift the statue if we can make a copy of its indentations. That's cool, okay.
It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team.
That's really cool.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled. The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement.
Now, I do believe we're going to need some form of... And we weren't able to take a beer. Why do you ask, Sketchy? Out of curiosity. I grew up on both Star Wars and Star Trek, so I've been a lifelong fan of each. Ireland, the Lochmarn Gem. Lochmarn, what a village. Nico and I must really be onto something here. Ancient manuscripts, the Templar, and a tripod from a script. All I need, I'm the go. I will start by asking locals about Pegram Pig. Came across this guy, Sean Fitzgerald, who was nervous cat. He'd been given a package by Pegram and to give it to some Doc Marquette. Fitzgerald panicked when I caught him out, rushed out of the pub, and was run over by a leprechaun. Han rented a leprechaun suit. It must be him. Though the ghost of Lochmarn, no more than a fierce billy goat. For a moment, I thought he was going to be incredibly awkward to get past, but in the end, surprisingly, no.
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately.
Playing a Star Trek game and was reading over the show. What was the game and which show were you reading about?
I tried in vain to move the panel.
So...
The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words, "It was..."
No. Gotta go. Need to find a way to bring some liquid down. Starfleet Command. Yeah, I've heard of that one. I don't believe I've ever played it.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Hey, how about another drink?
See him again?
Do you serve cocktails?
I'll serve anyone with manners. And money.
No, I'm serious. Have you considered turning McDevitt's into a cocktail bar? Cocktails are chic, cool, and popular with younger drinkers.
What? Kids in the bar? Can you imagine it? pinball, pimples, and puke.
Right, I get the picture. I'll settle for a glass of stout.
I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
Nope, it really is not. Here.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Aw, jeez. Look, I gotta be going.
Okay, so no drink. Wonder though.
It was impossible to return the Switch to its original position.
You're not a fan of next gen? Oh, that's strong words there, sir. Next gen is about the best of Star Trek in a lot of ways. Never really talked to this guy.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of the picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Yep, that's about the size of it.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No.
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Loch Man.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was coming from inside the castle.
Couldn't be a goat, could it? It's Voyager. Very nice, Jarek. I like Voyager a lot as well. I like that entire era of Star Trek. I like, Deep Space Nine. I like The Next Generation. I like Voyager. I like Enterprise. All of them are great. The original series, I like a lot of things about it, but I have to admit, it's kind of getting difficult to watch these days. It's really not aging very well. I really enjoyed this series of games. This is my first time going through it Anglo-Saxon. I've never played them before, and I gotta say, I'm loving this one. I played a couple of other games by the same developers. They did Beneath a Steel Sky and Beyond a Steel Sky, and those were great as well. But they did Beneath a Steel Sky before they did this one, and I can really see with this one how they're kind of stepping up their game. It's really, really good.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Wow. It's basically like a strategy game. Yeah, I think I know a little bit about Starfleet Command. Probably not enough to say for sure what it's like, but it does ring a big strategy kind of bell in my head. TOS really swung for the fences. It had some of the best and some of the worst episodes of Star Trek ever. Yes, it really did, Haggis. But in my heart, DS9 is the best of Trek so far. Really, Haggis? I think it was really good, and it did have some of the best that Star Trek has to offer, but I'm not sure that I would overall say it's my favorite of the shows.
What do you make of this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow, I'm only borrowing it.
You're pretty cool, mister. For an old guy.
Wow, rude.
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
Do you know what this white powder is?
No.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seen him.
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
Sure. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That belongs to the killer clown you're looking for.
That's right.
Can I have it?
Sorry, I'm keeping this as evidence.
You should have told the cops.
I did. They weren't interested.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. I don't think so.
DS9 has Garrick, so it wins. I mean, honestly, that's a pretty compelling argument.
Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Maybe the package fell somewhere out of sight. Did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not. Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows that could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but me legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
I'm not sure that's a rational explanation.
See you later,
but at
kid.
least it's an
Okay,
explanation.
mister.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
In the Pale Moonlight, probably my favorite episode of Star Trek ever. Voyager irritates me so much. Has some amazing episodes, but you have to wade through a lot of boring show to get to them. Now, I think overall Voyager is pretty good. It does have some of the very worst episodes Trek has ever made, it's true. But they're a very minor minority that just really kind of stick out a bit more. At least that's the way I've always seen it anyway. Okay, we need some place where I can pick up some water, even if it's just by absorbing it with the towel that I've got. Suppose there's anything in there. Maybe get the goat to drool all over the towel.
The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement.
Can't do anything with that one.
The sack contained a fine white powder. I reached into the sack, but it was empty.
But you just said it contained fine white powder. How can it be empty?
It was a trap door in the sidewalk. I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside.
Inside, they say.
It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
Look at that now that it stopped working.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman. The white whiskers on the bartender's flushed face were like garlands on a Christmas tree. The resemblance ended there. The top of his head was too slick and shiny to act as a perch for a Christmas angel.
Flashbacks, that goat got knocked over by it many times before you figured it out? Oh, nice, Anglo. I actually never got knocked over by it once. Except, well, okay, there was the one time when I figured it out, but that was completely accidental. I just happened to stumble literally upon the actual solution. Right. Oh, hang on. We do
Hello
need
again.
to talk to this guy,
What?
again, don't we?
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe's. Rabbit, lad. That's what gets my juices flowing.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night.
No! No!
He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh!
I can see people not liking it. DS9 is my least favorite Trek series. Jared. It drifted from the older Trek formats, but that's the good thing about Star Trek. There's something for everyone. Yeah, I agree with that 100%, Haggis. So far out of the newer Trek, I'm liking Prodigy the best, but I haven't seen enough Strange New Worlds to have an opinion on it. Great pilot, though. The entire series is of at least that quality or better. I'm totally in love with Strange New Worlds. It's really, really good. I've only seen a little bit of Prodigy, so I don't know where overall I would put that on my continuum quality for the stuff. I don't mind Discovery. I liked it a lot better when it was our only option for new Trek, but they've got some interesting stuff going on in season 3 and 4 so far. I just kind of worry with that one that they're kind of backing themselves into a bit of a corner where every season they have a galactic scale threat that the crew has to deal with, and it's already ridiculous, and now they're going to have to kind of come down from that or continue it on and just go into the realms of the utterly ridiculous. And I don't know how they can really sustain that for any amount of time. I don't think they have much choice but to kind of back away from the galactic scale event. Well, me, the format change is not a problem, just really, really don't like Cisco. Worf and O'Brien is the only reason you stuck with it. O'Brien is cool. Worf I liked a lot better on TNG. I always really liked Dr. Bashir, especially later on when they started getting into his backstory, and I always liked Dax. And this may be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I actually really enjoyed the change from Jadzia to Ezri Dax. I thought that was really cool, and I'm kind of sorry we only got Ezri for...
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
I can't tell without me glasses.
What do you make of this white powder?
Ah! Hay fever!
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Need to see if we can get that wire from it, I think.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
Speaking of O'Brien...
What do you make of this white powder?
Could it be bicarbonate of soda?
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh no, I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, guys, we have ads going. I'm gonna cut to,
Goodbye for now.
I'm gonna cut to some clips for a moment. This has been a very quiet level so far. It makes me very suspicious. Well, forgot about these guys too. What? 3 nanites for a whole gold nugget? Dude, that's such a ripoff. I'm sorry. Wow. Push power button. Push auto nav button. Pull throttle. Please buckle your seatbelt first. Buckle seatbelt. Done. Pull throttle. Your door is a jar. No, my door is a door. Close pod door. Done. Pull. Uh-oh. I was literally typing it. Gosh, Roger, it would appear you have met an untimely demise. With the explosive destruction of the Arcata, you become part of a fresh collection of space debris. That was a good chunk of damage. That's different. Ooh. Holy crap! What was that? What might this be? Locked. Got it. Utgard, what the hell? How did you manage that? Okay, I'm back. As much as I hated seeing Jadzia go, it was a good replacement. Yeah, she was really good. Overall, I did like Cisco as a character, but I don't know, there was a lot of religion in DS9 that I didn't find terribly interesting, and Cisco was kind of at the center of a lot of that. Okay, let's have our conversation with Brian here.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
I have a suspicion that Fitzgerald might have been given something by Pegram.
I thought he acted strangely.
I'm talking about the gem. It was something he said.
Were you not speaking to him when he ran out of the bar?
Yeah, sure. Just talking, that's all. Goodbye for now.
I hate to do this to you, sir. I have much advice.
Hello again. What? What do you make of this white powder? Ah!
No! No! Careful! Hair fever!
I'll see you later.
No!
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed his piece of wire.
Sorry, sir. Need this. A vital emergency. Seriously? Okay, what the heck?
No! No!
Alright, I guess we'll go see if the wire has any bearing on anything going on here.
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
So the ghost of Lochmar, here's Bill. Moment I thought he was incredibly off, but surprisingly. Some of the religious plots got weird in DS9, but most of the parts of that were clearly in the Clark's Law for any the advanced technology from magic into things. Yeah, that's basically why I stuck with it. Wasn't that bad. Watson,
Hey!
I go.
Hello there again, mister. Do you recognize this white powder?
No, I don't.
Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
Not me, mister.
Bye for now. Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
What do you make of this piece of wire?
It looks ordinary enough to me.
Goodbye for now. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Does this...
I'm not interested.
Okay, fair enough.
Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Give me another beer, dude. Give everyone another beer. Let's party, guys.
I think you've had enough, don't you?
Hey, listen. Is it supposed to taste the way it does?
Goat-Perline stout is brewed from the finest chemicals in the world. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, now, isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedevilled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
All right.
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
Why you gotta investigate every option the game gives you.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman. I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
Oh, okay.
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions.
Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Bingo. Okay. So we created a very dire electrical potential emergency problem. But that's okay, because we've advanced our cause.
It was the lever which locked the trap door. I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Okay, wasn't there supposed to be a flashlight? Wrong.
It was the lever which locked the trap door.
Maybe we do go up and out.
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch. I lifted the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, that was a weird conversation. I met Khan face to face. He came right up to me and asked me about the accident. He was looking for something. Fitzgerald must have had the gem in the package. Now all I need to do is find it.
Now I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trapdoor. It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
It was a rusty faucet.
Okay, so what do we have options with? Really just the faucet at the moment. We can't even trap door.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
So I can't even interact with this anymore.
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
What have we got then?
It was a large blue gemstone.
Okay. Just a thought. Oh, you know what? Gotta get some water into the towel.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Back to the basement. The castle.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster. My improvised plaster cast was slowly drying out.
Excellent. See about those beer pumps. else there. I miss the keys in more modern games where you just hold it like tab or something like that and it highlights all the stuff you can interact with. Really doesn't seem to be very much here. I don't even see where... Like, where's the pump switch? I don't even see the pump itself. I guess this has to be the switch, but...
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch.
I mean, why is it outside, and why is it not connected to anything in the cellar?
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position. It was the barman's flashlight.
You need to place the flashlight down here. I mean, you need to practice where to find it. Sure if it could be useful in that. Anything else to use it for around here? Okay. Flashlight.
It was the barman's flashlight. My improvised plaster cast was slowly drying out.
The flashlight's proving less than useful here as well. Interact with that anymore, so I can't get the fire back.
No! No!
He wasn't listening.
That there. That there. Anything else? Can't interact with the beer kegs, can't climb up, can't adjust the locking switch, can't close the thing from the top.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
And getting the feeling none of that's really working.
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body. It was a large blue gemstone. It was the barman's flashlight. It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
So I guess I could be too stuck on the idea of getting the switch fixed again, because that probably isn't our real focus in the game. We basically already got what we... So we abandon that.
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Oh, no.
Thank the Lord for that.
What do you think of this flashlight?
It's not a very practical piece of equipment, is it?
It's not switched on.
When referring to the lack of a bracket, how would you be fixing that to your bicycle?
I don't have a bicycle. Goodbye for now. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I found your flashlight.
So I see it. You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Check out my card.
I've seen it, for heaven's sake.
Okay.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Phew. What a beauty. I bet you wish that was real, don't you?
It's not real. Excuse me, sir.
Look, I gotta be going. Hey!
Hello there again, mister.
What do you think of this flashlight?
It's not very bright, is it?
I could say the same about some of the present company.
Wow.
That's true.
Don't let him hear you.
Keep it under your hat, mister.
That flashlight, like your brain died, is not switched on.
Do you recognize this gem?
Saints be praised. It must be worth a fortune.
Bye for now.
Maybe we shouldn't be switching, like flashing the gemstone out for everybody to see and know that we have in our possession.
Hello again.
What?
What does this gem mean to you?
Well, well. Would you look at that? Pretty.
Do you recognize it?
No.
So I immediately go and just show it off again.
Ah, so you're making snares to trap rabbits.
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
Damn right I do. Isn't it painful?
Only if I get me fingers caught.
I'm talking about the rabbits. Do they feel much pain?
You bet.
Right then.
What do you think of this flashlight?
Very useful. That could be very handy in the dark. How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale. It belongs to Leary. Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it. I'll see you later.
Okay. It's setting up a lot of stuff for us about fixing this switch, so it probably is something that we've got to do at some point. But I feel like we're missing something. I think there's more we have to do before we can really take care of this. But I'm really not getting the feeling that there's a lot of options so far. We'll check on the plaster cast. I don't think I've done whatever trigger action's gonna make that be harder to get though.
My improvised plaster cast was slowly drying out.
Got it yet. Okay.
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately.
So far, it seems like a lot of the stuff we've had to do in this area has been accomplished mostly by talking to the guys in the bar.
Hey, McGuire.
What?
What do you think of my flashlight?
It's a torch. That's what we call it on this side of the Atlantic.
Want a closer look at the gem, McGuire?
You'd better hide that, mister. What if the pixie comes back? You'll be in trouble then.
I don't believe in pixies. Underneath that costume is a psychotic killer.
Smart.
See you later, kid.
Okay,
Not that
mister.
That's a better reason for flashing it around.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
Oh, no, you don't.
Okay.
Goodbye for now.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
Bye for now. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Look, I gotta be going.
How would you fix a switch using video game lock? We'll come back to that question in a few moments. The ads are going to be starting in about 30 seconds, so I'll be back. Whoop. Whoops. Oh. Oh, that was so close. Holy crap. How am I not... I'm not finding any ultimate weapons, although I got lots of other crap. No pun intended. Well, I'm not cold anymore. I stand corrected.
It's time for a hard reset.
Oh my god. Well. That's a hell of an intro. Whoa! Oh god. Oh, that okay.
It doesn't seem to open. That doesn't seem to work.
I tried to give the deadly piranha poodles to the meat. Oddly enough, that does not seem to be working. What? You're kidding me. Wow. Let's turn that on. Whoa! That was awfully close by. Ah! Oh god. Oh boy. How am I not dead? Uh-oh. Oh, that is... I won't bother checking. Okay, and we are... I have to admit, this part's Freaky. Sketchy. Haggis. So I don't have anything that works directly with the switch or the broken remains thereof.
It was the barman's flashlight. It was a large blue gemstone. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut. It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout Builds Body. It was the shake and shock buzzer I'd been given by the man in the costume shop. It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers. The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words, La Risée du Monde, Paris. It was a bright red plastic nose, part of a clown's costume. It was Nico's photograph of the man we suspected of killing Plantar. It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team. The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position. The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Well, our electrical experience so far has been horrible safety violation after horrible safety violation. You can always try.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Circuit the switch and see if that would flip the connection on, but I guess not.
My improvised plaster cast was slowly drying out. The trickle of water splashed onto the hardened plaster.
Hardened plaster?
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Ah. Progress.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
he automatically uses the flashlight. Excellent. That evening in Paris. Okay, let's reread the story so far from her person. Palais Royal, Pierre Carchon. Relaxing in bath when I was disturbed by a phone call from my editor, Ronnie. He asked me to interview Pierre Carchon. The tycoon. Tastes like a shot. Creepy mime outside the Carchon apartment. Madame Carchon was ice. Mr. Carchon, suave and charming, putting up the station, played along the station. The sound of a bass smashing. Mr. Carchon, investigating. A gunshot. I rushed to the room and found Mom standing over Carchon's body. Mime beckoned. As I walked to him, he knocked me out. Came to find Imelda distraught. Sorry for Imelda is his Mr. Carchon's wife. Must get to the bottom of this story before the police arrive. This is the break I have waited for. Imelda doesn't trust me very much. Fortunately, she has chosen to investigate her house. In Carchon's safe, found a stone cylinder with symbols on the surface, got an imprint, found it contained a code. Subjudice. SDSSDSS. Subjudice case that is under the jurisdiction of a court, but what about Carchon was carrying a boat ticket marked Bateau de la Conciergerie. The Conciergerie being the ancient lands. The coded message includes the word subjudice. I should follow the rules exactly by going quayside on the Ile de la Cité, literally under the Conciergerie. Below the Conciergerie, subjudice. Found a shell case underneath rotting skiff. Weird thing to find in Grotto. Carchon's stone cylinder operated a mechanism which opened the chamber, but my way is blocked. Someone has gone to great lengths to protect something. I've made it into an extraordinary stateroom, a place that someone wanted to hide. Something very sinister going on, and I'm part of it. Amazing. Carchon, the media hero, has a very nasty past, and he is somehow connected to the costume killers. Some strange guy called Plantard phoned, saying he had information about the costume. How did he know writing the story, let alone that it had been spiked? He wants me to meet him at the Café de la Chandelle Verte tomorrow. Should I go? What if it's a trap? They have been watching me. Will they come after me now? I need to get the story published right away. Ronnie will love it. Can't believe it. Ronnie spiked the story. Someone powerful has got to him. Connected with Carchon and this whole net. My big break, and now I must. Meeting Plantard, explosive result. Arrived to meet Plantard. Turns out the cafe has been blown up. Plantard is the latest victim of costume. Will I be next? Met an American guy, George, who got in the blast. Keen to find out what happened. I gave him my phone. I hope that wasn't a mistake. Last thing I need is someone. George called. He's found some clues. I invited him over this afternoon. Need to find out more for himself before he arrives. Should I go to the police? Trust them? Good to have. Glad to have someone else investigating. Lure, the flower seller, tells me that a girl who looked like me broke into my apartment. I must have planted a bug, which is how Plantard knew about the spiked story. Maybe Plantard was scared and wanted to talk to me, tell me what was really going on. Carchon's organization have kept me under surveillance, but it won't kill me yet. How about the costume killer? There's some kind of war going on. I don't know how or why I am involved. The police missed evidence in the cafe, not that I'm surprised. Found a pouch with another coded letter and a strange metal object symbol. Decrypted the message, written to Plantard by Imelda, who was clearly part of the organization, and lied to me. The front was a complete sham. He warns Plantard that the murderer will come after them. Plantard must have really wanted to tell me or show me something. Oh no, found part of a photograph which links my father directly with Carchon. He was part of Carchon's organization, a fascist involved in war atrocities. Can it really be true? Abba is the link to this whole business. It's the real reason why Carchon asked to meet me. George does come over, but this part of the story I must remain secret. And that's as far as we've gotten with this part of the story so far. Okay, so...
I was beginning to hate the phone. All it brought me was bad news.
Very modern attitude.
My old table had seen better days. I was beginning to know how it felt.
Fitting.
I had messages waiting to be played. I had messages waiting to be played.
Play them.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slàinte. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Merlin? Oh my God. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing, but I couldn't just let her die.
This might be my
I
favorite
arrived to
point-and-click
find the
adventure
Palais
game.
Royal courtyard deserted. I only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
I mean, that's kind of a big claim. It's up against Monkey Island for best point-and-click adventure, but it is really, really...
It was held in place by wires. Maybe it wasn't art after all. Maybe it was a cell phone transmitter. People say, what's the point of modern art? I say, isn't it obvious? A doorbell. The intercom system wasn't working. Bad sign. Somebody had cut the wire. Locked? No way was I going to break through a door like that.
No? Go up.
Fixed tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to?
I've used it as a ladder, but...
Just your average modern art retaining wire. If only I could get up to the window.
If only there were a funky-looking modern art ladder.
That broken window looked like the best way in. Fixed tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to? It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It was a boat ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. The cloth was covered in blue paint. A safe key. It was the drawing room key. It was the beautiful elephant my father had carved. I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre. Full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arnaud and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X. I wasn't the only one to make the connection between the costume killer murders. I'd been right all along. That was why he had asked to meet me. But what did I know that he didn't? Another coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Carchon. Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arnaud and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell a story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for. No. No.
Stuff looks like it's really gonna help this bit.
It was held in place by wires. Maybe it wasn't art after all. Maybe it was a cell phone transmitter.
The pin here too.
Locked? No way was I going to break through a door like that.
Alright, my eyes are actually kind of starting to... Might leave... Save, and... I will be back tomorrow. Tired tonight. Ugh. That, and... Thank you. Oh, man, I'm so glad we played more of that game. Sword is... If you guys are in... highly recommend. That and the other favorites. Okay, so... Reasonable number. I don't... I recognize one person. What if Julia is doing the stream? And that's basically it for this evening. So I guess let's go raid Julia, if you guys are down for that. I will be back tomorrow, and we are going to... Well, we won't be doing any Lego tomorrow because we're finished. I will be posting pictures in the Discord, and sometime over the next few days, I hope to get the time-lapse done. So that'll be going up on YouTube, and I'll probably do a faster version of the time-lapse for YouTube Shorts, for TikTok, and for Instagram. But yeah, tomorrow I think we're going to play some Dwarf Fortress. So that'll be fun. Let's get over to... Let me... What if Julia's a fantastic streamer? That's not Julia, bot. That's... Type out. Yeah. So if you guys would like to come along on the raid, Julia's an awesome and always entertaining streamer. She plays a lot of horror games, particularly Phasmophobia. But tonight it looks like she's doing Bob Ross style painting. So let's go check out how that's turning out. It looks like she might... We better get over there fast, actually. It looks like she's painting. She's taking pictures of it. We probably want to get over there quickly before she ends stream, unless she's going to do something else afterwards. So, you guys. Well, Here at the Library of Lore, we use Library Raid. You've been bookmarked. Card emote and the wave emote of the channel if you're a sub. If you're a sub, raid and the raid emotes. Either case, sub or non-sub, please feel free to use any emote you feel is fun and appropriate for a raid. If you have emotes of your own, there are emotes from a streamer that you can the other emotes themselves. Feel free to copy the raid message, arrange the. So let's get over to Julia's channel. I'll see you over there. I'll see you home. Right? I'm gonna continue our adventure. Fortress. We recently started a new fortress, trying to capitalize on all the stuff that we learned in the previous fortress that we'd had that went so incredibly horribly wrong as it is doing that game. So I'm looking at getting back into that and experiencing madness. So have yourselves a hit you again real. No.
I don't think I've ever had this happen before.
Aloy, was it?
Yes. The one who cleared the valley for you? That Aloy.
We appreciate your service. At least we are ready for the embassy to begin.
Didn't you just give the signal?
Both sides must signal readiness. Until the Tanakh sound their horn, we wait.
Yea, for as the first shall be...
Shut up.
Oxygen.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm dead. First death.
No explosions. Sub. Wow. Whoops.
The air in here is too cold.
Okay. This is kind of encouraging. How's everything looking on your end? I'm playing on Ultra Max, everything set to the highest level it can possibly go to. It looks real good on my end.